Okay, so the video that you're about to see right now is a how to squat video, and it's also a video that's going to show you how to move weight with your squat. Now, with this video, realize that there is a lot of mobility and stretching involved, and the reason for this is because that's necessary when it comes to squatting. Now, I'm going to show you the whole stretching tutorial that I'm about to do first, and then afterwards, I will show you the mechanics of my squat. One last thing, excuse me for wearing a hat, the bonnet just wasn't having it that day. So to start, I'll do 5 to 7 minutes of rowing, and followed by that, I'll do 5 to 7 minutes of biking. Now the reason for this is because I want to create a lot of blood around the muscles that I'll be using, and in turn, this will increase muscle pliability so that when I start stretching, I won't be faced with any issues. So the stretch that you see me doing right now is me foam rolling on my glute, and this is to be done on both sides, and this is to stretch out the glute using the foam roller. The next thing you'll see me do is the IT band, also known as the iliotibial band. This muscle is responsible for abduction of the whole entire leg, and believe it or not, it plays a massive role within the squat, especially on the descending phase where it starts to contract. Now, straight transitioning from that, I'll be transitioning a lot more forward, and I'll distribute all my weight onto one leg. This is so I can be targeting my hip flexor, and again, you're gonna have to repeat this on both sides. Now, straight after that, I'll be distributing all my weight onto both my legs, and this is to target my quadriceps, mainly my vastus intermedius and vastus medialis. As you can see, I'm putting my heels together so that there's more emphasis within my vastus medialis. And now I'm going without my heels touching together, and this will put more emphasis within my vastus intermedius and rectus femoris. Now the next thing is the hamstring, just your general stretch on the semimembranosus, the semitendinosus, and the bicep femoris. Next is the foam roll on the gastrocnemius and the soleus, which is the calf. Next is the groin, and these are mainly your adductor muscles, so your adductor longus and your adductor magnus. On the descending part of the squat, this is stretched out, so this is really, really important to stretch out prior. This stretch is based on the upper body, and this is the shoulder dislocations. Now this stretch is used mainly to stretch out the chest, because generally it gets tight for any individuals that do a lot of upper body work. Now this can be done with a skipping rope, like a really light bar, or a lot of people tend to use bands as well. Also, this last part you see me doing is more of a slightly advanced technique, and this really gets your shoulders. So this stretch that you're about to see me do now is for the bottom of the squat, and it also is a really good one for the calves as it adds more resistance onto. Now, with this squat, it is a high bar squat, and the reason that I'm going to show you a high bar squat is it is the most basic form of squat. But the thing is, even though it's a basic form of squat, you can move a ridiculous amount of weight on it. Also, if you're an advanced lifter or an intermediate lifter, it's always good to go back to these fundamentals. Now, with squatting in general, there are a lot of people who tend to use a lot of equipment. Things such as lifting belts, wrist straps, powerlifting shoes, knee sleeves. Come on, really? And last of all, the magic hat, which apparently gives you special powers. And when it comes down to it, you don't need any of this equipment, and your squat will be based mainly on your technique and mobility. These are the fundamentals that will really allow you to push weight within your squat. So, I'll show you all this right now. Okay, just before we get into the mechanics and the cues of squatting, I want you to just take a look at this demonstration so that you know what we're trying to aim for. So what you need to look at now in this video is the fact that my feet are facing outwards on my descending part of the squat. Now this enables me to sit back and open my groin when I squat down. Also, when I come back up, my glutes can contract with maximal force, allowing me for a strong squat. Now the next thing is the bar placement upon my back. Now where I like to place the bar just for this squat is on top of my traps, and prior to that I'll have my chest out and my scapula is tracted, so it's a lot more easy to place. On here, to set up, my pinkies are on the bar, and just before I go down I take a big breath in, and what this does is it enables me to brace my core, and then as I come up I'll exhale, allowing me to maximally contract my quads and glutes. Now what I want you to realise here is that with this form you don't necessarily need very expensive equipment or any equipment at all, in all honesty. This form, it can take you to a really strong place within your squat as long as you keep grafting at your squat, and this is something that I've done for a long time and I hope you can too as well. So thank you, please like, share and subscribe if you can. Nice one, and cheers.